So there is news of a new Nintendo Labo, but a lot of people aren't focusing on that. They are focusing on the VR portion of the new Labo, which made me think about it a little bit and said, is it really VR? And honestly, what's this all about? And I was thinking, and I wanted to make this video for you guys because this is something that kind of caught me kind of off guard, but I knew Nintendo was working on more Labo stuff, and I wanted to see kind of what things were going to come from it. And well, honestly, I'm not surprised here. You've got the Nintendo Robot Kit. Why isn't anyone talking about this being VR? You put the Switch over your face and you are basically dressed up as a robot with a backpack on your back, and you talk about it and you play and everything, but why wasn't that considered VR? Why is this all of a sudden a Nintendo VR? Now, we all know, and everyone's been mentioning it on Twitter, Virtual Boy. Why don't those games come to the Switch? Why don't they? I don't know. It would be an easy thing to do and people would go absolutely insane for it. Put each one up for $5 to $10 on the eShop and people would go out of their minds trying to buy them. Honestly, that would be a good way to print money. But here we are with a interesting concept, which I will talk about a little bit. The Nintendo Labo. It's quite cool. It is very complex though. I think it's too complex for the price point and for how long these things freaking take to make. I have both sets of the older first generation of Nintendo Labos, both the robot and the variety kit. I put everything together for the variety pack, and then I got to the robot and I was like, I can't spend 8 to 12 hours building this thing to play it for only 20 or 30 minutes. So I think that's where we're gonna have some run-ins and problems with the Nintendo Labo VR, which is pretty lackluster and kind of disappointing because these games aren't anything crazy. I understand this is more about building it and getting your hands on it, but once you build it, there's not much to do, which is kind of a bummer. And now I know it's fun, it's cool, but at the same time it's like, you spend 8 hours to play a game you might spend 2 hours on. It's just not worth it to me. And honestly, I think maybe some of these VR Labos that are coming out could be better, but I still see it as you've got to create this thing in order to be able to play it over your face. And realistically, that's not really all that VR at that point. You're just kind of playing in VR. I'll be interested to see how the motion controls work. Some of them look like they go onto the things that go on your face, which means kind of you may have motion and it may do stuff, but I don't know if it's really going to be worth it. And I will talk about VR in this way right now. I own a PlayStation VR and it's fun, it's awesome, it's cool, but the games on it don't necessarily make it worth it. Now, do not take this out of context. I love the VR. I've had some fun games, fun play and everything, but honestly, for me, it's just not worth the extra 300 bucks to play a game with a headset on. It's okay, but if I could play all my games with it, that would be one thing. But you're limited with games, so I see this not really all that being worth it because it's not only are you gonna have to build the Nintendo Labo VR, but then you're gonna play the games and they'll be short and just kind of lackluster, honestly. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I might pick one up and put it together if they're not taking forever to build, because I'm not going to spend 8 hours on a VR game, especially one that just looks okay. So I will say that. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, and if you want different ideas or have different ideas of video topics, hit me up down in the description, the comments as well, because I want to know what you guys want, and I will make my videos more user or viewer friendly, and I want you guys to be happy. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Check down below in the description for links. If you're interested in them, go check them out. If not, whatever. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification, because that lets you know when I post videos. But most importantly, make sure you have a good day.